God, bring transformation, and God is only asking, what transformation am I going to bring? Okay, so you're praying for a partner, okay, and you're not clear about exactly what you're praying for. Are you praying for his will to be done? Are you praying because there is someone that you're crushing on that you would want that person to see you? Are you praying? God is the Almighty. He hears and He knows these things before we pray. But I think God expects us to be, our faith to be organized. That we do not just because we would have said, He knows everything, so I have faith for everything. You can't have faith for everything. Because we are at different levels. So we make it easy. So I want you to be able to know what exactly are you praying for when it comes to marriage. I think when we set the goals at first, you remember what Vero did when she wrote down, I don't know if any of you remember, she was very honest that she said, I had started being a coward and going back into my shell about men, but she was saying she was praying that she will be able to be more open-minded about people that walk into her life. And to me, it made a lot of sense. Because some of us, we are praying, but we are praying for a partner, but you have been hurt in the past and you have not yet overcome that. But you're seriously praying. Your prayers are going to be biased because every time you pray, this you have the faith, but when you sit down, you're like, I have a sajja. So do you see that all that encompasses goal setting? Like it affects you because you can be able to set a goal in prayer, whatever you're praying about, but in real life undo yourself. So that means it has to be something that you're willing to sacrifice and uphold and be able to cultivate a character or habits that sustain it. Okay, so while you're praying for, and some of us are not supposed to be praying for partners. Some of us are supposed to be praying for open-mindedness. Some of us are supposed to be praying that, you know what, the past hurt should not affect my decisions, and some of us should be praying that, by the way, the person that is in my hands, I don't know their hearts, but God open their heart that I will see them for who they are. And then you have to be willing to see them for who they are. Not to see them through eyes of passion and butterflies. Okay? That means you should be able to even pray that, you know what? Give me the patience to see this person. Do you see all those forms of prayers? Like you are being realistic. Like you're speaking to your best friend who knows everything and every dirty about you, and you're just open about your conversation with them and telling them that, by the way, all this time I'm the one that has been chasing the men away. So I want to be the kind who actually allows and is open-minded to see where the friendship can go. Okay? Oh, some of us should be in prayer telling God, please help me close my legs. Yes, like God help me that I will just close my legs this one more time, that you know what, I will do this according to your will. So you see that we have different prayer points as people in different places. So I hear you when you say that, the prayer partner, but I want you to dig deeper and know that what is the immediate need and the goal that I want to arrive at in as far as praying for this particular thing is concerned. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Second was fitness. Mm-hmm. Where I work out.
You're praying for fitness?
No, like not pray.
Oh, it's another goal. I was like, borrow me, give me your God. So that I can also pray for fitness.
Yes, so not to lose weight, but just to be fit. So I work out twice a week. The other goal is starting a consultancy firm. Yeah, and I've started working on registering getting a name and registering it.
So fitness is your goal. Let's go back. Let's not go so quickly. Fitness is your goal. Like, so how are you going to know that now I am fit?
I guess it's to I don't plan to stop. Yeah, but I plan to at least hit the gym and work out.
Like a lifestyle,
A
to
lifestyle,
create a
yes,
lifestyle
yeah,
out
create a
of it.
lifestyle, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, yeah, starting a consultancy firm.
Okay.
Yeah, to be more of a research entity because I'm a
To
researcher.
start a consultancy firm based in research.
Yeah, research.
Like
on
research
public
based on
policy issues. Yeah,
farming. Public
public
policy.
policy,
Okay, public policy. Okay. And do you know someone who has done that?
Yes, I have a colleague.
Okay. Are they thriving?
Actually, I'm part of the team, but I want
Okay.
to start my own thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you can see it's moving.
yeah, it's moving.
Okay. So at least you know the basics
I know.
of how to go about
Yeah,
it.
and I'm learning, using this time to learn.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that is a goal. Okay. Do you have a time limit for that?
Mid next year.
Mid next year.
Yes.
So what are you doing now till mid next year?
Now I'm trying to register a name with
Okay.
the RSB.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm working on now.
Okay. And job-wise, what are you doing right now?
No, I'm a researcher.
Your research, and that is what you do.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
what
how
I-
you're paid.
That's what I
Okay.
do.
Okay. Okay. So that's number 3.
Yes. And I also want to buy land for commercial farming.
Okay.
Yes.
How old are you?
35.
Okay. Naye banaye abana abato batuswaza.
I'm not young.
Abana abato, I know.
Yeah. So land for commercial
According to some
farming.
of us.
Because I don't know, it's more like a vision that God has showed me. In the future, I want to feed the hungry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to buy 10 acres of land.
Wow.
And I do commercial farming. And then, because at least what I wrote down in that vision was to feed people like with a balanced diet.
The needy.
Yeah, a balanced diet, at least 1 meal a day. They
Okay.
can come and eat. Yeah, so I hope to sell some of the what I will be producing, but then provide a place where we can feed the hungry.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something I see.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
number 4.
And then lastly, it's more of a personal growth thing, like mentorship, get mentorship to,
Okay.
to grow my confidence, my public speaking, and yes.
Okay. So what's one thing out of those that is achievable within 3 months?
Personal growth,
Personal growth.
yes.
What are you doing about it?
I'm in Coach Fifi's focused
here?
tribe, and
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is my first time here. Thank her for telling me about it. Yeah, and I see myself growing through this, attending and growing, and then also what we are doing as part of what Coach Fifi is doing. So I see myself between now and end of the year,
At
I'll
least
be a
you'll be
different
better.
person. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. I know some of you were busy praying and saying, "Temantukako." Obudde bugenderere, bugenderere. You have something to say?
So there's one that I actually skipped. I'm a binge eater. I eat not unnecessarily.
Nenga, you don't look like it.
I eat.
So when some of us say we are binge eaters, like it's written all over our faces.
Okay. So
But,
I'm the kind who wakes up at 3 a.m. in the morning and cooks something.
Why aren't you putting on weight?
I
Good.
don't
Oh,
know,
jeez.
but I've been told with my weight, with this kind of eating, some hidden unhealthy stuff will just come up. So I need to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that
so-
is on your goal to make sure that you
Yeah, but
you cut off some of those unhealthy
It's a struggle.
habits. I know it must be a continuous struggle. I hope you don't cross into ice cream at
I
midnight.
love ice cream. Oh my God.
And ice cream and nights are two two good friends.
No, because I
Yeah.
started it when I was depressed, so it would help me calm down. So that's where it all started from.
So you're no longer depressed.
Now I'm no longer depressed, so I'm working on it.
But now it's a comfort food. It's more
Exactly.
like yeah. So that's a hard thing to break. But just like we said, you create healthy habits so that when I go to bed, unless I have to use the bathroom, I am not coming out of my bed. Thank you very much. And then you turn, because when that particular time, a snack time comes, there is a way you just lose it. You know, you go over and you feel a bit hot, you kick away the blankets. You feel cold again, you cover yourself. Until the temptation to go. That is why, and at night it's so hard, because even the temptation to sin is too big. So you just have to watch yourself and then have an accountability partner, you know? Just when you feel like, you know what, I'm about to do this, you either tap on them and tell them that, because some of us are struggling with a lot, with booze. Some of us are struggling with cigarettes. Waliwo gwe basanga n'ateeka mu nsawo nga tamanyi nti kakyayaka nekookya ensawo ne kamwokyezaamu n'ebisambi. Habits die hard. That is why, to counter bad habits, you have to create better habits. That is the only way. You create better habits, but they are very painful to create. And I know that we are not going to go around and talk about everyone, but why I wanted us to do that is for you to actually do the same thing. Go back and rewrite your goals. Okay? Our goals keep evolving. When you know better, you do better. Okay? When you hear a new information, you also transpose, or you go to the next level in setting that particular goal so that it can be achievable. We talk about smart goals, but some of us don't set actually smart goals. Okay? It's easier said than done. And when you're in the need of something, there is a way you just generalize something. But I want us to be in the habit of setting these goals. And some of us have experienced growth, and we're going to even experience more growth as time goes. So have your own back, okay? We have accountability, we have Focus Tribe, we have different coaches and different mentors, but be your number one accountability partner. Dream better so that you can achieve better, okay? So, and I will find time, I will know how to do it, but all of you, I will have to know what your goals are and what you're planning to do. At least the first person that broke this cycle was Vero. But Vero, are you still in alignment with your goals?
I struggled a bit. And it was because I had a lot of things I was doing, so I didn't get time to prepare my meals. You know, when you're on weight loss, you have to prepare your meals. When you don't prepare your meals, you end up buying things, ordering things, eating food that has been cooked. So I struggled. And I did that for like 5 days, like eating other things. But then I struggled to get back to the diet plan I was on. And like you said, I had to counter it with something else. I said, okay, now I'm not going to be like, okay, this is so hard for me. Let me stop. Let me go back. So I got something else. I started with physical exercise because the other time I was just on diet and little. But then I started some physical exercise, and I also cut like night meals. I cut night meals because I love to eat at night. I love to eat. I can spend the whole day without eating, but at night, that is when
you're settled in mind.
Yeah, so I trained myself that when it clocks 8,
no eating.
No eating.
And how are you doing?
I feel fine. I feel comfortable. Before, I was not feeling this comfortable. There are clothes I would look at and be like, why give you out? Why give you away? But I wear those clothes now, and I feel comfortable.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see that losing track is normal. You can actually just get off the wagon, and then what you have to do is to be able to create the habits afresh. And you don't have to say, let me go back to the former ones, because getting back to the former ones is very hard. Now you have to be able to juggle and wake up your memory so that you can remind it that, by the way, we were saving. So this time when you're starting, you save a big amount that you feel the loss. When you feel that loss, when you go back to saving the other former amount, then you feel like, kale, let katugenderawo. Goals are hard, but let me tell you, there is nothing that is going to come simple. You do the hard things, you create a simpler life. You do the simple things, you create a hard life for yourself, okay? And today I was just thinking about it, that, we started with deliberately selfish, but in order for someone to be deliberately selfish, you realize you have to have your own means. Wanji? You can't be selfish while begging. You can't. Like, it's just, it can't happen, because deliberately selfish says you live life on your own terms. You eat what you want. You sleep in a bed that you want. You stay in a house that you want. So how are you going to say, tontwala mukale akazigwa akalimo akagundi akayiga akebweru nga toyina kyoleta ku mmeeza? Wanje? You have to be able to cough big. Not big like on your own level. You get it? That onawo gitumulako n'ogamba yo nedda. Tetujja gibeeramu. Kakati omukazi yaganye okubeera mu nyumba nawe mugamba nti nedda tetujja kugibeeramu, olina mmeka? Nti nina 3 za rent. Omugamba kwa 3 ngenda teekako 2 tufune ennyumba ey'emitwalo 5. Ng'obeera mu nyumba nga nawe okola ki? Ng'ogyagala. You get it? Mugamba nti sijja kulya kawunga, oyagala kulya ki? Wanji? Ye bagiguzise eki? Kubanga yajja kugamba nze nsobola kawunga oba omuntu omulala yenna. Okay? So webanga atwa kuba kugamba we can only give you 5,000. Ate kakati wano batuwa obusente butono, ate kakati company si yajjajjaawo. Ate ne bwe bayajjajjaawo era they will limit the kind of money they give you. So gagamba mumpe 5,000 zange netereka omutwalo ngende ku Javas nkole ki? Ngule kyenjagala okugula. Okay? So living, you cannot be deliberately selfish. You want to put on nice, you want to smell nice, you want your children to look nice, you want to, to be respected and to respect you. Do you know that it's so hard to respect yourself when you don't have money? You end up nga weeswaziza. To respect yourself. No, leka bino ebisookerwako nti omanyi you can learn to keep quiet when you need to keep quiet, but let me tell you, keeping quiet ng'olina plan B. Nga kinyuma. Keeping quiet when you have a plan B. Like, bwemba siirye katogo ka mulumbe, njagenda wali nkole ki? Nguleyo kyengulayo. Ne wano baba bateesa mu family meeting, nga ogamba kansirike. Naye obanga olinayo z'olinayo, gwagamba oyafumba bubi, temumuleeta. Kubanga bona ogamba afumba bubi, oyogera ki? Tiyogera ng'olina ku kyokola ki? The way you respect yourself is waliwo ebibuuzi by'oteeyongeramu, waliwo kunyiiga kw'otagenda kunyiiga. Kuba gundi akugambye sigenda kuwa lugoye lwa Christmas, mugamba zisigazi. Wanji, like in your heart, you might not say it like that, oba mu busungu, oba disrespectfully, but in your heart of hearts, you'll gamba nti wait for me. On Christmas Day, wait for me. You will see me. I will put on something you can't even afford. Not in a bad way. You get it? Then sometimes we also need to boost ourselves and know that, by the way, there are things I can do, and by the way, bw'obanga olina sente ne bwe ziba ntono, ky'otasobola kukola ogenda kivaako mu mirembe ate nga tonyiize. Togenda kukola ntondo. Ogenda gamba nti kino kye nsobola, kye ngenda okukola mu busobozi bwange, sigenda kwereega. So I want us to be able to get in the habit of setting those goals, like, seriously. Okay? Now, let's cross over, because we will go back into that. We will have enough time for Q&A today. I think let me just summarize what we talked about last time. Your appearance matters. If you're going to connect with me, your appearance what? I'm not saying genda weemaleyo ogule by'otasobola. No. But ekisookerwako. Because we are judges. Naturally, we are all judges. When you look at someone, you will judge them. Like you have all judged me right now. I'm a convicted fellow right now. Waliwo agambye, blousey. Waliwo agambye, naye engato nga sigitegedde. Naye gamba, naye akaviiri ako oba akalwisizaayo. We are all judges. Ate waliwo agamba bannange nze nkafiirako. So we are all different human beings. But your appearance matters. Don't come sambala. Bannange, even dressing, like ekuweesa obuyinja, you look at someone and you take them seriously. And then someone else comes ngagamba nti oyo bwatyo nekyagenda okukola. Wali otiddeko okutuma omuntu emmere? Nagamba agenda gireeta ng'agikutta atya? Tajasimuliremu. Kwegamba byonna n'obirowoozaako. Why? Because they look disorganized. But again, someone comes, by the way, ne bwaba nga talina any organizational skill in them, but they just look organized. There's a way you trust them. You even want to introduce them to people. It's easy to introduce a person that looks good. Wanji? Ne mama weesize lipstick ali eno. Omulala asaza aguddewa. You've watched a guy nga aina kyagaaya ninga malusu. You've seen those things, yes. That's why some people even don't get partners. You go for a date first time n'ogamba ono simuddira. Naye nga bambi he's a good guy. Tamanyi kugaaya. Eyo etiquette yamusukka. Agaaya omumwa, you know, he opens the mouth while chewing. And then tebamuyigiriza kuyita bantu. Yeah, because tetujja kirumamu. We all know that some banyankole can be arrogant. Aga, gwe, aita waiter. You, by the time you call waiter like that, kati nze bwonna omanyire ogenda kumpita otya. So appearance kintu kikola ki? Kintu kikulu nnyo. The content. What have you come to say? Okay? Assertive, respectful, polite, but assertive means that you know exactly why you came. Have you ever seen someone appearing before you, but they're not so sure about what they're going to say? Kakati mbadde ngamba mbuno ate kati abo Baganda. Hey, I mean, I don't fear throwing names. Kakati mbuno. Even when someone has done, maybe you've done a job and you are supposed to be paid, the way you remind about your payment, kakati mbuno mbadde ngamba kati akasente kali kakati munange obo kalinawo. It's not about whether kalinawo basi kalinawo. You deserve to be paid. Come to me and tell me that, you know what? I've come for my money. Okay? And I prefer someone who is as straight as that. I don't want someone to come, ne bwabanga manja, atandika okwogera ku weather, ayogere ku, you know, ate seasoni, ate banange economy, ate, no, tonkoya. Tukira ku nsonga. Content matters and how you deliver it matters. So if you're going to connect, that is why we teach executives when they're going to, for networking sessions, when they're going to maybe different countries, how to network with other people, you tell them how to be precise and straight to the point. And then come ngogasa. Don't come without value. Don't connect without. You can only connect when you also have value that you're bringing to the table. Say that, you know what? This is what we provide. If I am pitching about the TV station, I will say that this is what we provide. This is what we are going to bring to the table. This is what, you know, for as long as you're able to, you know, give us this kind of money. So it's about win-win. So if you're networking or if you're going to connect with someone, it has to be a win-win, even for them, okay? And then the stories that you choose to back up your content. Okay? Because your content has to be illustrated. Your content has to be backed up. Your content does not have to be, you know, when you come and say otunda gold, kakati, you know, ntunda gold, osobola kungulako gold, you know, and I will ask you gold aluwa. Then omundage. Nkubuze certificate, you know, katugende je bamupimira, you know, mulabi, you have to be able to be authentic. That is why abafere are flourishing in all industries, by the way. Even in online markets, do you know that Baba Fere thrive more than the genuine people? Genuine people have not learned content strategy. That is why we talk about content strategy. Even for you as a normal person. Whether you have a boutique, whether you're selling juice, even if you're marketing your services as a coach or a counselor or a public speaker, you have to have strategy. You have to be consistent. Amufere nga asobola okubeera consistent, asobola kuchekingako ne ku Christmas. Banange family eri etya. Naye ng'azimba something agenda kuwa idea in media naye atandikira eno akuluka. Okay? But for us, we expect that the day you appear on social media, that is when they are going to say, oh, the biggest motivational speaker has arrived in Uganda. That's not going to happen. Okay? So your stories have to be consistent, and you have to cultivate a relationship in order for connection to actually happen. Okay? And that is where most people beat us, because when you cultivate that relationship with me and I connect with you, even if it's online and I have never heard you say anything, I will buy from you, because none of us wants to buy from strangers. We all want to connect before we buy. Okay? And so we say that it's all about people, it's not about us. And I want us to go to a connection checklist. Okay? Connection checklist. Let's put down integrity. Amufere can connect, but you realize bwakukuba olumu, chances are ogenda mulalasa everywhere. So I know kunonyayo another avenue of okukakasa abanaddako. You get it? While because you're a genuine person, you are building on authenticity and integrity. Okay? So you don't want to lose your integrity while connecting. For example, you come and tell me a different story from who you are. I will find it's a small world. I'll find another person who knows about you who will tell me, go slow with so and so. But you brought me very sparkling stories, and I'm already buying into your stories. That is why with Amufere, this is what happens. Kwomanyiro Amufere, they will not give you time to breathe. No, they will not. They will remind you, ajja kugamba ninayo ne kino, ate ajja kugamba ate koli gwe nyinza n'okusalirako, mala kugambe kakati obadde otuseewa. Kakati like they will be on your neck to make sure that they tie up that loose end and make sure that they nail you. Because when they give you time to breathe, ojja kulabuka. Okay? So what we do, that is why you can tell someone to feel free to do a background check. Why? Because you know your integrity. You're speaking the truth. And some of us, we know that men lie by over-exaggerating. Wanji? Bayagala okugamba nti musajja nnyo ayinza okulaga n'ebitali bibye. And do you know how we lie as women? That is why women are lacking behind in business. We lie by omitting. Last time I told you, if you're here and your wife, if your husband asks you, ebizigo by'okozesa bya sente meka, chances are biba bya mitwalo 5 ojja mugamba bya mitwalo 5. How many of us agree to that? Like, we don't want to look extravagant. We don't want to look like we are wasting. We don't want to look like we are high maintenance. We don't want to look like we are... So we omit all the truths. Even when they tell you that... Bwe luba lwakakadde ojja gamba nti lwa mitwalo 2, can you believe? Ojja tuleeteako ne story. Ogambe, can you believe? Nabadde mmanyi gundi yanconnectinze ku gundi, kale gundi nago. Some of you buy things and you have people bring them into your homes and then you call them gifts. And yet they are not gifts. It's your hard-earned money. But why? Every woman will lie by omitting. Twetonia, in order to be accepted, because we think we cannot be too much. But my friend, I'm giving you permission to be too much for as long as you can sponsor it. Yes. Hold that bag of $1,000. Kale tulabe, oba waliwo agenda okufa. Bw'obanga ozisobola, see, don't go begging for $1,000 to buy a bag. Okay? So the omitting is because society has taught us that every woman, you can't say, nawe bakubuuza kakati ofuna sente mmeka. Wanji? So many of the women here, their husbands don't know how much they earn. Because agamba bwe namugamba entuufu ajja kugamba nti ate muyitiriddeko. Ajja kulowooza oba saagalika, ajja kulowooza oba sigenda kubeera mukakamu, oba I'm not going to be submissive. Do you see that? And yet, for a man, they will tell you, do you want minus allowance or plus allowance, you know, kati that company, you know, wali nkolao part time now like 10 millions, especially nga kukwana nga tonaba mumanya who they are. Kati wali, and some of them definitely will not tell you. You will just get to know later that, you know, this is the right, but they over exaggerate. Bwaba yaguze emmotoka yaguze obukadde 5 ayinza okugamba nagiguze 15 because oyina okumanya nti wakabi, you know.